down the 0-1 Patriots in a Super Bowl 53 rematch. Coming up now. Here we go.
We'll see Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New England Patriots
Jones,
and the
Stafford,
Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick throughout his career. He's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 20! And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing to Stafford. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Looking to throw again on second down. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. Just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Oh, miscommunication on the line.
He still thinks he has the ball.
Careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. But this time, they turned it over.
Well, security eluded him. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. On third down, here's a run by Akers. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Following the fumble recovery, Jones steps away to his left. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And all the way down to the 42. A big play there for New England. Now Jones. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure.
See how Cup can do.
To be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players too, who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go, and move on to the next series.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've hit halftime here as we expected. Looking at the clock, a very quick first half of play. As we send you to Orlando to check in, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals. The combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown win. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off here to 32. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Touchdown, Rams! Cooper Kupp, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds and they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From way up at the 23. And they got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. New England's offense set to go. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe they'll play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Oh, the pitch, the ball's loose, and the Rams have got it back. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them, and it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2nd and 2. Here's Stafford. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was staying in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit force that incompletion. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Yes, I'm Johnny, and yeah, guys, sorry about the interruption. Oh, it's still on.
And his kick is
13-3 is the score. Back.
Lead to 10 now at 13-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking out the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Rams defense getting ready to go again. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers, offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways. We go get them. And that's exactly what they've done in this game.
The former DB making sure you know their takeaways on the defense.
Takeaways, man.
They shakes it off. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic.
Now it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. But he makes the catch. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So you knew one way or another that they needed the two scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all three timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all three timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. A penalty flag down. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they like to let them stand.
Going to run the toss here to Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Harris. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
So now a big spot for the Pats as they'll go for 2. Jones. And it is caught.
Good, wow.
They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Well, they had guts to go for that, and they got it. Now, if you're the defense, you feel some major pressure, don't you?
Well, they put it on you, haven't they? They've told you that you are the unit they believe in. We'll find out now if they can make it hold up. But, boy, just going for it in that spot.
I know, right?
Amazing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Well, he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So now Stafford and the Rams trailing 14-13, 40 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races down the right side. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker.
To win it. It's up. He misses it. Patriots gonna win.
Wide left. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. Well, Charles, coach Coaches always talk after losses about putting that behind you and moving on. But in a case like this, when you could have won it with a chip shot field goal and you miss it, that is going to sting for a little while, isn't it?
Some are tougher to put behind you than others, right? We always talk about compartmentalizing. What is the rule, coach? Is always about 24-hour rule after a game, and then you move on. That's tough because that was a very makeable field goal. In fact, I think you and I were both just shocked that he did knock it through the post, and they ended up walking off the field losers.
So for the Pats, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ooh, what's a very tough one? The Jaguars. Yeah, guys, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Bye.